Okay, there's a lot of noise in my background.
No, sir, it's fine.
Sorry, good. Okay, so दो textbooks हैं इसकी. Reference book, I don't really use it normally, but if you want to download it or find it, you can find lots of practice problems in the reference book as well. But both the textbooks can be pretty much thought to be equivalent. दोनों में almost the same things, almost the same, approach, structure, सारा कुछ and interchangeably दोनों इस्तेमाल की जाएंगी. So you definitely need both. But if you want to physically get one, either through the library, I'm sure there are many of these copies in the library अगर कोई अभी भी college का access या college आता है तो, or you can just probably buy them. So you can buy either one of the two textbooks. That's fine. वैसे तो I should pretty much skip the grading system because that might change entirely. Unfortunately, मतलब डिग्री 42 तो सही मानों में कॉलेज आई ही नहीं ना. You guys just came here for a few weeks and then everything went online and जिस तरीके से नॉर्मली कोर्सेज पढ़ाए जाते हैं, जिस तरीके से नॉर्मली चीजें चलाई जाती हैं, वो तरीका आपने नॉर्मली देखा नहीं है, which is not cool. So anyway, if things return to normal and we come back to face or hybrid mode, तो फिर pretty much a similar scheme similar to this would be followed. Otherwise, this would entirely change. So I don't want to go into this right now. The only thing that I really want to talk about today is this one, which are the course objectives. So I'm not sure if you've been briefed about our OB system, our learning outcomes, जो कि uh, तमाम courses के साथ assigned होते हैं और assess किए जाते हैं. But these are the outcomes, learning outcomes of this course, and that means कि they would definitely indeed be tested. ठीक है, इन पे कोई ना कोई assessment लाजमी होगी. So I'm just gonna read these out और उसके बाद maybe उसके साथ साथ जो है ना we can try to see कि क्या उसमें बात क्या लिखी हुई है. सबसे पहले understanding the basic concept of thermodynamics like system, heat and work. So इसके अंदर दो जो चीजें हैं वो तो बड़ी obvious ही हैं, heat और work, right? That's gonna be very central to this entire course, right? Interconversion of heat and work की बेस पे ही हमने काफी सारे thermodynamic devices चलानी है. जहाँ तक सिस्टम का ताल्लुक है, what the system, we are gonna talk about a lot of notation in the first chapter. First chapter सारा notation से ही भरा हुआ है, ठीक है? But all of that notation basically helps us to solve problems, right? Come up with a framework by which to solve problems, ठीक है? Next up, understanding steady flow engineering devices and interconversion of heat and work. Steady flow से मुराद ये है यहाँ पे कि um, वैसे तो इस कोर्स का नाम थर्मोडायनामिक्स है एंड थर्मो ऑब्वियसली रिलेट्स टू हीट. जो डायनामिक्स का लफ्ज है ना, like generally it has a very wide meaning, right? But it generally means something that varies with time, ठीक है? Something that has a behavior with respect to time. Albatta, and that's the wrong name for this course, honestly, because we are almost always, बल्कि almost क्या, always going to be talking about thermostatics essentially, right? We're gonna either think of processes being quasi-static, and if that, like इस word इस लफ्ज के भी हम दोबारा आएंगे quasi-static क्या होता है, मगर like nothing changes with respect to time in our course, ठीक है? Everything is steady, ठीक है? So hence we are gonna focus on steady flow devices. और एक्चुअली डायनामिक्स ज्यादा नहीं है इस कोर्स के अंदर. इस कोर्स का बस नाम गलती से थर्मो, मतलब इस फील्ड का नाम गलती से थर्मोडायनामिक्स पड़ गया बिकॉज ऑफ हिस्टोरिकल रीजंस, ठीक है? Next up and next up we've got understanding properties of pure substances and property diagrams. And this is really important because देखिए, all of this is really building up towards applications. The applications that we are interested is basically heating air and air conditioning, और उसके अलावा different types of power plants. So those power plants can be basic engines in your car, right? Which are called internal combustion engines. They could be steam-based power plants. They could be gas turbine-based power plants, stuff like that. So eventually, that's the goal, right? Figure out how those work, and those work by basically heating and cooling fluids. ठीक है? Essentially, and getting fluids to do work or doing work on fluids. ठीक है. So given all of that, we need to know the properties of fluid and we need to know them well. And that sounds like it's a trivial point, बिकॉज चीजों को गर्म करें तो वो गर्म हो जाती हैं, ठंडा करो तो ठंडी हो जाती हैं. बॉइलिंग पॉइंट हमें पता है पानी का, फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट, मेल्टिंग पॉइंट, सारा कुछ पता है. इज दैट इट? नहीं, इट्स नॉट लाइक there's a lot to it, right? When you add pressure into the mix, when you add things like enthalpy and entropy into the mix, properties actually are um, a kind of important, और उसमें भी ठीक ठाक टाइम लगता है to develop the understanding. Next up, we got understanding the first law and thermodynamic processes. The first law is essentially energy balance. Okay, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Thermodynamic processes are things like heating, cooling, creating, adding work, stuff like that. किस तरीके से किया जाता है, that's also important, right? Um, then understanding the concepts of enthalpy, entropy, and the second law of thermodynamics. So we're going to talk a lot in detail about both of this stuff, but these are both made up concepts. ना enthalpy कोई actual चीज होती है, ना entropy कोई actual चीज होती है. ये just हमने अपनी math आसान करने के लिए ना कुछ चीजें बना दी हैं. जहाँ तक second law की बात है, वो I suppose it's really not the right time to talk about it, but to some extent the second law deals about limitations. Okay, what's the maximum that you can achieve using this stuff? ठीक है. Next up, हम finally applications की तरफ jump कर सकते हैं, which is thermodynamic cycles, including gas and steam turbines. So the idea is, कुछ टाइम पहले objective number 2 पे लिखा हुआ था कि understanding steady flow engineering devices. ठीक है. So a device would be one small thing like a heat exchanger or a turbine or something. कोई एक particular device. If you add a couple of these devices together and put them in a cycle, ठीक है, then you can actually get some stuff done, right? Then you can probably do your heating and refrigeration. Then you can probably do power plant के energy generation, things like that. So cycles के अंदर ये सारी चीजें काम करती हैं. ठीक है. Put some things together, लाइनों को एक गोल सर्कल में जोड़ दो, and you can do useful stuff. ठीक है. So cycles की कुछ examples gas and steam turbines हैं. इसके अलावा जैसे said heating and air conditioning, ice changes, stuff like that. Okay, next up we got understanding the environmental impact and energy efficiency of thermodynamic applications such as power plants and refrigeration. So जब हम इन चीजों को पढ़ेंगे तो efficiency एक important topic होगा, environmental impact एक important topic होगा. And finally, understand the mechanisms of heat transfer, which is conduction, convection, and radiation. So normally heat transfer is an entire different course, but हम heat transfer को नहीं पढ़ेंगे at all. All we're gonna do is ये chapter 1 के end पे ही कहीं ना कहीं शायद आ जाएगा. Just the 3 basic equations of heat transfer. We should just आप लोगों को already आती होंगी, I'm sure. We're gonna reread them and maybe solve a few problems related to them and just call it at that. ठीक है. Any questions related to this?
Sir, I have two questions.
जी जी.
Sir, my name is Munim and I wanted to ask, sir, why do students find this course difficult? And secondly, sir, at the end of this course, may we will be able to, fix an AC or a refrigerator or something like that.
Okay. I'm not sure if people find this course difficult. There are memes. I've heard memes at times. मगर देखें, as I said, thermo is an entire line. So later on in the line, there are courses which I do find difficult. ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है. जो heat and mass transfer का course है, for example, ये thermo की line के अंदर it gets kind of difficult. But this is the first thermo का course. I don't think I think it's one of the easier courses जो कि आप लोग पढ़ोगे, because one of the problems with the mechatronics curriculum is that you got these multiple fields, and it's a multidisciplinary sort of curriculum. You got stuff coming in from computer science, software engineering, you got stuff coming in from electrical engineering and electronics, and then there's mechanical wali side. So some of these courses are really condensed. ठीक है. And I think बहुत सारी revisions हुई हैं और इस तरह की courses को हमने eventually निकाल दिया है. But still you might find courses जिसके credit hours इतने नहीं है but content काफी ज्यादा है. इस कोर्स का ऐसा मसला नहीं है, 3 क्रेडिट आवर्स का कोर्स है और इट्स जस्ट अ स्टैंडर्ड थर्मोडायनामिक्स का कोर्स, नॉट, आई डोंट थिंक इट्स डिफिकल्ट. Some people might, देखिए इसका एक particular way of thinking है इस कोर्स के साथ. If you don't follow that particular way of thinking, you're gonna be lost. I do, yes, I do at least accept that. Which is के इसमें हम आएंगे, नेक्स्ट टाइम आएंगे. इनफैक्ट अगर मैं तो 2 स्लाइड्स आगे आना तो चैप्टर 1 के अंदर ना बेसिकली बहुत सारी टर्मिनोलॉजी है. दैट्स ऑल देयर इज ऑनेस्टली इन चैप्टर 1. In order to do all of the stuff जो कि हमने objectives में लिखा है ना कि करना है ना, we need to have some um, way of thinking about thermodynamics. And that is kind of counterintuitive because आपने FSC में ना modern physics पढ़ लिया है, थोड़ी बहुत quantum mechanics का जिक्र पढ़ लिया है, you know, uncertainty principle पता नहीं, ये काफी advanced physics पढ़ लिया है. And when it comes to thermodynamics, this stuff was created in the 18th century and the 19th century, most of it. So we are gonna throughout the entirety of this course assume that atoms don't exist. मतलब assume that we don't know about atoms, we don't know about molecules, हमें नहीं पता कि अंदर क्या हो रहा है, on a microscopic scale what's happening in the world. ठीक है. We are gonna assume things to be in quasi equilibrium, we are gonna assume things to be macroscopic. ठीक है. और उसके बाद भी we are gonna have our like interesting ways of accounting for things. So अगर वो basic जो वो है ना हमारा method of looking at things and trying to solve problems, if people, you know, don't understand that or continue to have problems with that, then they might have continue to have problems in the entire course. That's one of the reasons why people could find this course difficult. As far as the other question goes, would you be able to repair things? Not at all. Don't even try to do it because हम यहाँ पे सिर्फ thermodynamics of these equipment की बात कर रहे हैं. You might be able to look at your fridge or you might be able to look at like an industrial equipment and realize कि हाँ ये जो component है ना, ये this is your compressor, this component is the condenser, यहाँ पे boiling हो रही है, यहाँ पे ये हो रहा है, कौन सी चीज किधर हो रही है. You might be able to identify that. But when it comes to maintenance of devices, there is not a single course in this entire curriculum, even in the mechanical engineering curriculum, जो कि maintenance की बात करता है. ठीक है. Maintenance really is not part of the entire curriculum. ठीक है. होना चाहिए मेरे ख्याल में. We should at least spend some time at some point in time just talking about basic maintenance practices, but we don't. And even चलो maintenance aside, even construction की अगर हम बात करें ना, तो it is possible कि for example इसके अंदर जो devices है ना, अब वो devices might be of a different nature. ठीक है. So for example you got boilers के बारे में कुछ basic stuff you'll learn in this course and nowhere else. अगर in mechanical engineering के अंदर you might learn about the construction of boilers in something called power plant technology, but boilers के बारे में you'll learn nothing else here. You'd have lots of control valves. Possible है कि instrumentation and measurement के अंदर control valves की construction में कोई बात हो. You're going to have things like compressors, pumps, turbines. There's only a single course which is an elective course called Special Topics in Mechatronics, जिसके अंदर these all are called turbo machinery combined, right? जिसके अंदर turbo machinery की construction, maintenance, stuff like that उसके अंदर cover होता है अगर instructor चाहे, because those are special topics and those at the discretion of the instructor. ठीक है. Of course, that's got nothing to do with thermodynamics, right? Thermodynamics is about heat. It's about, you know, fluid properties, heat, work, stuff like that. जिस तरह ये हम discuss करते रहे अभी तक. And जो for example pumps की construction है, अगर आपके घर का pump अगर आपने कभी खोल के देखा तो that's completely different. Then you got a motor, you got a shaft running through it, you got some couplings, you got this, you know, impeller which has these certain blades, उस blades की profiles ये वो. So that's, you know, in theory very different. ठीक है. And you guys in your first year आहिस्ता आहिस्ता आप लोगों की चीजें clear होंगी कि there's really a lot of difference between the practice of engineering and the knowledge of engineering. और जब हमें knowledge acquire करनी है ना at this stage in time, so we are gonna compartmentalize it. ठीक है. हम एक वक्त में एक ही type of science के बारे में बात करेंगे. So maintenance is different and ये thermodynamics is very different. in my opinion. Obviously knowing how things work would absolutely help you. अगर आपको कोई मजबूरी हो और आपने कुछ actually maintenance करनी हो किसी fridge पे, तो knowing what are the different processes that happen in a fridge probably does help, and it might help you to identify the problem. I don't know. I hope that answers the question. Okay. So एक और छोटी सी चीज थी जो कि डिस्कस करने वाली थी, जो कि काफी हद तक डिफरेंट हो गई है. But normally the code of conduct for face-to-face classes runs like this. I'm sure most of this is not really relevant right now, um, because attendance का जहाँ तक ताल्लुक है, what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the participant list at the end of the class, and if people are there from pretty much like early in the class, so I'll mark their attendance automatically. अगर आखिरी मिनट में कोई आए तो फिर मैं probably उन्हें absent ही mark करूंगा. Not necessarily though. I might just get lazy about it and mark anyone who appears in the attendance list as present. जो बाकी points है ना, वो जरा सा मुश्किल हो जाएगा enforce करना. You guys are already on your laptops or mobile phones, so ऐसा नहीं है कि you can't use gadgets anymore. I can't really control what else you do in your time, whether or not you're sleeping or not, or writing material आपके पास है कि नहीं. I can't control any of this, but it's entirely up to you. ठीक है, अगर आपने इस क्लास से कुछ सीखना है तो फिर you do have to do all of this stuff. You do have to participate. You do have to take notes. Follow what we are doing, so on and so forth. ठीक है. Alright, so next time we're going to do chapter 1, do all of this terminology. Um, do we have any questions so far?
Excuse me, sir.
जी.
I wanted to ask about labs, online lab. What will we do in online lab of thermo?
थर्मो की एक लैब है. मतलब एक ही लैब होती है. I'm not sure उसका schedule क्या है, आपसे शेयर कर दिया जाएगा. There's a separate channel for the lab. I certainly hope we return to face at least to the labs and face to face, because our lab is essentially a steam power plant and some other demonstration के लिए equipment. ठीक है. And it has all of the components of a steam power plant. And we'll run different experiments. You'll take different measurements. It's not a very hands-on lab, but there's like lots of stuff in there to absorb. ठीक है. It's उम्मीद है कि within this week we can at least start playing some demos for the lab. Okay. So I'm gonna jump ahead and talk exactly about that. So don't worry, हम लोग बहुत बहुत जल्दी इस चीज के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. But we'll return to this probably in a couple of weeks. The reason I'm doing this is because हमने जो next week जो काम करना है उसके लिए एक example ज़हन में होनी चाहिए ना. So वो example ये है कि the thing that we eventually want to learn to do is to analyze things like steam power plants and ice engines and so on and so forth. ठीक है. So what do you think steam power plants would do? What's the basic objective?
Sir, to generate energy. Sir, the basic objective is to generate electricity, I guess, by boiling the water and driving a motor, and then driving a turbine and then generate electricity.
Yep. Very nice. So that means कि एक principal component जो है ना आपके पास आएगा उसके अंदर एक टर्बाइन, जिसके अंदर हमने स्टीम इंट्रोड्यूस करनी है और स्टीम को हमने उसमें से एनर्जी निकालनी है, एक्सट्रैक्ट करनी है, एंड वी हैव टू क्रिएट सम वर्क आउटपुट. ठीक है. So if you extract a lot of energy out of steam, intuitively बंदा यहाँ पे ये कहेगा कि यार फिर वो पानी बन जाती होगी, मगर नहीं, स्टीम के आउटपुट पे you still have steam. मतलब टर्बाइन के आउटपुट पे you still have steam, but the steam going into the turbine exists at high temperature and high pressure. ठीक है. And you're extracting a lot of that energy of that steam, and eventually you're you're removing a lot of that temperature and pressure. So जो output है ना, वहाँ पे you get low temperature and low pressure. ठीक है? Right. So इसके आगे क्या होता है वो बाद में. उससे पहले हमें steam चाहिए जो high pressure और high temperature दोनों पे चाहिए. How do we get that? What would we need to increase the temperature particularly of water?
Sir, heat.
Heat. So that heat it is added in something called a boiler. Okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a boiler when it comes to actual power plants. Okay? It could be anything. If you got, for example, solar thermal power plants, अगर आपने देखे हो या तस्वीरों में देखे हो, उसमें you got all of these reflectors, right? These convex reflectors which are focusing sunlight on a pipe, and that's causing water to heat up. If you're talking, for example, about a nuclear power plant, you got nuclear fusion resulting in heating of water. Coal power plant होगा तो फिर coal जला के कर रहे होंगे. Excuse me. I think my timer is expiring. Excuse me. Yeah, I can really no longer talk. So the two other components is that the boiler would receive low temperature and give an output of high temperature. Water. Albatta, this is not really responsible for raising the temperature. Okay? What we want is still high. Sorry, high. It doesn't. It's not responsible for raising the pressure. हीट ऐड करने से टेम्परेचर तो बढ़ा है मगर प्रेशर हमने किसी और इक्विपमेंट के जरिए बढ़ाना है. ठीक है. बॉयलर का काम प्रेशर बढ़ाना नहीं है. So there's another equipment which is responsible for increasing pressure. What would that be? Any ideas?
Compressor.
सर एरिया कम करके जैसे पास्कल्स लॉ हम लगा सकते हैं. डिक्रीज द एरिया टू इंक्रीज प्रेशर.
Compressor.
Okay. जो आपने बात की that's called a diffuser. Compressor is almost correct, but the thing is that we are now talking about liquid water. Compressors are things that work on compressible fluids, basically air, gas, इस तरह की चीजों का. Liquid के लिए the compressor का equivalent है ना, that is called a pump. Excuse me. Just using a diffuser wouldn't really work here for like complicated reason. But I like what you're thinking, the way you're thinking. So anyway, the pump is responsible for pressurizing the क्या कहते हैं liquid water. So यहाँ पे you've got liquid water at low temperature and low pressure, which is your input to the pump. Okay. The thing is, pumps can't handle steam. Pumps are only equipped to handle liquid water. अगर आपके जो घरों में पंप लगे हुए जो पानी ऊपर फेंकते हैं, अगर वो कभी अच्छा आजकल तो पता नहीं प्राइमिंग की जरूरत पड़ती है कि नहीं पड़ती है, मगर लेट्स से नीचे चेक वाल्व लगा होता है, वो खराब हो जाए तो कभी आपने शायद किया हो या आपके कोई बड़ों ने किया हो. There's like a small screw that you unscrew and then you put in a lot of water inside it and then you turn the pump on. That process is called priming, right? The reason you do that is because if you got air pockets or like if the pump is completely vacant of water, right, then it's not going to be able to operate. So basically pumps only work with liquid with liquids. It doesn't work with combinations of liquid and vapor. Ek limitation is sort of. But like that's one of the reasons. There are other reasons as well. That we need a fourth piece of equipment here. Because ये steam थी low temperature low pressure पे और ये water है low temperature low pressure पे. Thank you. This can't directly be connected. So what kind of equipment would you need between these two?
Condenser.
Yes, exactly. You need something to condense the steam into water. ठीक है? And this would result in expelling some heat. By the way, the pump would require some work input. ठीक है? And this overall is your steam power plant. And similar to this, जो हमारी बाकी सारी applications है ना, gas के power plants या IC engines, they pretty much also have 4 either components or 4 processes for some reason. Of course, real, power plants would have a lot more processes, but the simplest one would need at least 4. You you can actually do something reasonable even with 3 theoretically, but it's just not efficient. Um, so anyway, the thing is, Camille, eventually what we want to do is find out a framework and um, a methodology in order to analyze a power plant. ठीक है? So इसके लिए हमें, for example, we need to define things like heat and work. We need to define what a system is. So जो system वाली बात है ना, system literally, we're gonna do all of this later on as well. System is just whatever you're focusing on. So one at a time, we can only focus on a condenser, for example, कि condenser के गिर्द मैं एक डब्बा बना दूं और कहूं कि यार ये मेरा system है. This is what I'm focusing on. Everything outside of the system is my surroundings. The condenser itself is my system. ठीक है, हम ये क्यों करते हैं बाद में आहिस्ता आहिस्ता पता चलेगा. हीट एंड वर्क का जिक्र हुआ था. वो भी हमें ऑब्वियसली चाहिए in order to analyze this stuff. सिस्टम की क्या क्या टाइप्स हो सकती हैं. सो ये जो सिस्टम्स है ना, and don't worry, I'm going to go through a lot of stuff very quickly, but we'll do it again later on. This is something called an open system or a control volume. It's open because stuff is coming into the system and stuff is going out of the system. And also heat, right? मगर specifically mass, जो mass है ना यहाँ से is going in and out of the system. Our system is basically a box around a volume, right? एक actual physical condenser होगा जो कि basically एक cylinder ही होता है बड़ा सारा. And you create like an imaginary box around it, around a fixed volume, right? And things can go in and out of it. And you just want to do some accounting of what's going in and what's going out, and what is the energy associated with things going in, what is the energy associated with things going out. Is this thing doing any work for us? Are we doing any work on it? Am I providing any heat to it? Or is this thing expelling heat to the surroundings? And once you answer all of those questions, you can then do some accounting. Okay? But in order to get there, पहले तो हमें ये देखना पड़ेगा कि हीट और वर्क और टेम्परेचर और प्रेशर, इन सारी चीजों को क्वांटिफाई किस तरह करना है, किस रेफरेंस की बेस पे करना है, और उनके मतलब क्या होते हैं. और अगर हम स्टीम की बात कर रहे हैं तो स्टीम की प्रॉपर्टीज को सही तरह से समझना भी जरूरी है. ठीक है. और इस अकाउंटिंग करने के लिए हमें ये नई जो मेड अप प्रॉपर्टीज है ना ऑफ एंथैल्पी और एंट्रोपी, उनको भी समझना पड़ेगा. But once you're able to do everything, you can actually do the accounting. You can just remember that you can't create mass. There's something called the law of conservation of mass. And you can't create energy. There's something called the law of conservation of energy. And you can use them together to solve for lots of things. ठीक है. So इस तरह के इंडिविजुअली काफी हर इंडिविजुअल कंपोनेंट के ऊपर भी हम ये बाउंडिंग बॉक्स लगा के अकाउंटिंग कर सकते हैं. And then we can see what happens to the whole thing in a cycle. ठीक है. So in that cycle we can see कि overall in the cycle what's the heat added or removed, what's the work done or generated, right? Overall in a cycle क्या हो रहा है. ठीक है. And is it doing anything useful for us, right? So जब efficiency की बात करते हैं ना, the efficiency is basically for a power plant useful work divided by, well, I suppose this is a very general definition of efficiency, required input. ठीक है। सो ये ओवरऑल चीज मिला के हमारे लिए क्या हम प्रोवाइड कर रही है और उसको हमें रन करने के लिए क्या रिक्वायर्ड इनपुट चाहिए थी. So in this case the required input would be fuel, basically the energy added through the fuel. ठीक है. So you would want to minimize that and you want to maximize the useful work, and very obviously I suppose, at least intuitively, one should realize that ये useful work should not exceed the input. We can't create more than what we provide. So that is something जो कि second law हमें clearly इस तरह की बातें बताएगा. ठीक है. इसी इसी के अंदर हम environmental impact की बात भी कर सकते हैं, right? Because when you burn fuel, you're going to produce some carbon dioxide. Although we're not really going to talk about chemical reactions in any real detail, at least not in this course. जो IC Engines का course है उसके अंदर chemical reactions का जिक्र भी होता है. But that's just about it, right? So do we have any more questions?
सर
जी.
सर जो हमारी जो स्टीम टरबाइन पावर प्लांट है, इसमें
हाँ.
हमने टेम्परेचर को पहले क्यों नहीं हाई किया, हमने प्रेशर को क्यों पहले हाई किया है?
A very specific question. अच्छा, I'm sorry, जब कोई कुछ बोलता है ना तो एक feedback आती है because I can't really wear my headphones, so that you know sound goes into my mic, and sorry about that. Won't happen next time probably. Um, it's not an easy question to answer at this point because अभी तो मैंने सिर्फ एक जो है ना सामने रख दिया कि यार ये 4 components जोड़ दो तो आपके पास एक cycle बन गया. Eventually you want to analyze the cycle and come up with diagrams, right? Uh, Basically, two types of diagrams are used to analyze them. The first is pressure versus volume, and the second is temperature versus entropy. So when we get to that stage, it would then become obvious why we can't interchange the positions of these two components. But चलो, अगर अभी से मैं कुछ बात करना चाहूँ तो देखें, the boiling point changes with pressure, right? The amount of energy जो कि latent heat associated है, that also changes with pressure. ये वाली बात हमें याद है ना? उम्मीद है.
यस सर, थोड़ी.
हाँ, तो इसको हमने काफी डिटेल में आगे देखना है, राइट? कि एग्जैक्टली प्रेशर चेंज करने से प्रॉपर्टीज किस तरह चेंज होती हैं. प्रेशर, टेम्परेचर एंड वॉल्यूम, इन तीनों की जो है ना आपस की एक इंटर रिलेशनशिप बड़ी क्लोजली हम देखेंगे. When it comes to air, it's not very interesting, but when it comes to things that change phase, such as water, such as refrigerants, it's actually very interesting behavior. So जब हम वो देख लेंगे ना और प्रॉपर्टी डायग्राम्स को देख लेंगे, तब हमें पता चलेगा कि यार अगर मैं अभी से करूँ ना तो I'm not going to be doing anything useful. I'm just going to be going back and forth across the same path, not producing any net output. ठीक है? But it's not possible to explain this without that knowledge. Not yet. I'm sorry.
सर एक क्वेश्चन था
जी.
सर, ये आउटपुट में हम जो वर्क ले रहे हैं ये किस फॉर्म में है, मतलब इन विच मींस वी आर टेकिंग आउटपुट फ्रॉम लाइन.
सही. अच्छा, so that's honestly doesn't matter for the purpose of this course, but मैं आपको वैसे जनरली बता दूं, टर्बाइंस बेसिकली ना ऐसे तो काफी सारी टाइप्स की होती हैं, मगर जो स्टीम टर्बाइंस होती है ना, दे आर बेसिकली विंग्स, राइट? ऑपरेटिंग इन इनवर्स essentially. जो जहाज की विंग्स होती हैं उनका क्या काम होता है, आप यू प्रोवाइड सम लाइक मूवमेंट, ठीक है, कुछ वेलोसिटी कुछ ना कुछ इंक्रीज कर दो किसी भी तरीके से बाय रनिंग जेट प्रोपल्शन इंजन्स और एनीथिंग प्रोपेलर्स, and once you got that velocity going for yourself, then those wings are supposed to create lift. जो टर्बाइन की के अंदर भी ब्लेड्स लगी होती हैं जो कि बेसिकली दे आर विंग्स, बट व्हाट दे डू इज के that lift causes rotation. They are arranged such that lift causes rotation, and that rotation basically is rotation of a shaft. So आपके पास ये स्टीम आ रही है, आपने उसके प्रेशर और टेम्परेचर को कन्वर्ट किया kinetic एनर्जी में by means of something called diffusers, and you use that kinetic energy by passing through blades, and they create lift essentially, which causes rotation of a shaft, and then that shaft, अगर आपने electricity बनानी है, is fed into a generator.
सर
ठीक है,
मतलब कि हम इनपुट पे भी वर्क दे रहे हैं, आउटपुट पे वर्क मिल रहा है, इनपुट में हीट दे रहे हैं, आउटपुट में भी हीट मिल रहा है, तो हम डायरेक्ट वो क्यों नहीं यूज करते, हम इतना सिस्टम से क्यों गुजारते हैं?
they are unequal. जो इनपुट और आउटपुट पे वर्क है उसमें हजारों गुना का फर्क होगा. मतलब हजारों तो नहीं, मगर काफी ज्यादा फर्क होगा. सो तभी तो जब ओवरऑल साइकिल देखेंगे ना, तो उसमें कुछ पॉजिटिव मिलेगा.
सर
जी जी.
सर ये जो सिस्टम है हमारे सामने, ये तो सेल्फ परपेचुअल सिस्टम नहीं बन गया?
नहीं, जब
सर
तक आप
हम
फ्यूल,
ये देखें बीच
जब
में
तक
घूम ही जा रहा है सर्कल में सर.
it's a cycle, it's
जी
definitely a
सर.
cycle, but it doesn't go on forever. As long as you're adding fuel, you're fine. It's gonna keep going. But
तो
self मतलब self क्या आपने इस्तेमाल किया?
सेल्फ परपेचुअल मतलब सर सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट, मतलब बाहर से कुछ लेना नहीं पड़ रहा इसको एनर्जी की फॉर्म में, ये बात कहना चाह रहा हूँ मैं.
अच्छा. So we are going to talk about something called perpetual motion machines, but this is not one of them, because it doesn't violate the first or the second law of thermodynamics. फिर इस पे detail से बात होगी eventually. You do have you know input coming in from heat added by means of the fuel, और जब हम इसकी वर्किंग करेंगे तो हमें पता चलेगा it actually doesn't violate the first law of thermodynamics, कहीं से हमने मुफ्त में एनर्जी नहीं क्रिएट की, मुफ्त में वर्क नहीं क्रिएट किया. We did provide inputs to it. And the second thing is it's actually not even 100% efficient. It's going to be less than 100% efficient by matlab it needs to be less than 100. It just can't be 100% efficient. So it's not a perpetual motion machine. Nope. But I like what you're thinking. We're going to talk about perpetual motion machines. हम second law की बात करेंगे. देखिए वही तो point है ना, जो मैंने बात कर दी है, ये हम पता नहीं चैप्टर 6-7 की जाके ये हम करेंगे, मगर जब सारा कुछ करेंगे ना, उसको आप इस एग्जांपल की नजर से देख जरूर सकेंगे, राइट? सो फॉर एग्जांपल हम सेकंड लॉ की बात करेंगे और परपेचुअल मोशन मशीन्स की बात करेंगे, तब यू कैन थिंक अबाउट बैक टू एक्चुअल पावर प्लांट्स, राइट?
सर
जी
सर एक क्वेश्चन है
बताएं.
सर. सर आप पता है सर कि प्रेशर से चेंज करने से बॉइलिंग पॉइंट या मेल्टिंग पॉइंट चेंज हो सकता है, लेकिन सर मुझे ये समझ नहीं आया सर, आपने ये कैसे कह दिया कि लैटेंट हीट से चेंज हो सकती है? सर वो तो मतलब बॉइलिंग पॉइंट और मेल्टिंग पॉइंट के जो दरमियान मतलब वो सॉरी कन्वर्जन में यूज होती है, तो सर वो कैसे चेंज हो सकता है?
देखिए कैसे का सवाल के जवाब एग्जिस्ट करते तो होंगे, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है, बट आई एम नॉट गोना बॉदर टू डू दैट एट ऑल when it comes to properties, because keep in mind, as I said, ये जो सारी science है ना, all of this science was created essentially before people realized that atoms and molecules exist. ठीक है, so they are mostly just based on observations. ठीक है, and it's just true that it just happens. And by the way, the latent heat actually even goes to zero, which is, you might find that very weird. I still find that very weird. हमारे कुछ नोशंस डेवलप हो चुके हैं कि यार लिक्विड्स लिक्विड्स होते हैं और गैस गैस होती है, ठीक है, और उन दोनों के बीच में ट्रैवल करते हुए आपको बॉयल होना पड़ता है. टर्न्स आउट दैट्स नॉट यूनिवर्सली ट्रू. So I'm not gonna try to explain that from a molecularly atomic point of view कि अच्छा what happens when you look at it from a microscopic point of view, because this whole scheme of study was field was developed before that understanding के molecules वगैरह भी होते हैं, ठीक है. Observations जो चीज जो चीज फिगर आउट कर देती है हमारे लिए, we just can accept them for the most part, ठीक है. मगर चलो किसी हद तक आई सपोज इफ यू इंसिस्ट, जब हम उस जगह तक पहुंच जाएंगे तो फिर किसी हद तक चलो इसको भी देखा जा सकता है कि अगर अच्छा मॉलिक्यूल्स के लेवल पे क्या फर्क पड़ेगा. The thing is कि at higher pressure ना, the difference between liquid and vapor isn't that much. मतलब it becomes lower and lower at higher pressure. Does that make sense? I suppose even from an atomic point of view, that should make some sense. If you got low pressure, then individual molecules can be very scattered and they could be very free to roam around wherever they want. And when you're under a lot of pressure, then they are brought closer together and they don't have quite enough room to move around, even though they are not bound by those strong molecular bonds इस तरह liquids में होते हैं, like stronger at least. So when you increase pressure, the difference really between liquids and gases becomes lower and lower, and hence the latent heat also becomes lower and lower. And at some point in time, that difference, like some point in time, at some level of pressure, that difference essentially disappears.
ये सर समझ आ गई सर।
क्या चीज?
तो समझ आ गई सर।
चले, good. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.